Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. I am back. I enjoyed my break from the channel. It gave me more opportunity to read, and also I wanted to spend some time interacting with other book lovers and talking with them, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in just a moment. So this video may be longer than some of my usual videos, and that's just because I have a lot to share. So, Friday Reads is about what you're currently reading, but this one's going to be a hodgepodge of things. I'm going to tell you about what I read in October, Black Readers Con, which is a conference I attended in October, Nonfiction November, hashtag ajournalmood, sponsored by Comfy Cozy Up, and just some other things thrown in. So a hodgepodge of different things in this particular video. So let me start with what I have read since the last time that I came on and spoke to you. So at that time, I was reading Find You First by Linwood Barclay, and it was taking me a minute to get into the book. But once I finally did, I really did enjoy the book. I ended up giving it like 3.75 stars, but on Goodreads, I round up, so 4 stars for that book. The next book was Black Girls Must Die Exhausted by Jane Allen. This story is about a woman named Tabitha who, with her friends, they're just trying to navigate through life. You know, she has a lot of different things going on. The author delves into the character's work life, relationship with the man she's seeing, issues regarding getting older and having possible fertility issues, relationships with her best friends, with her parents, with her grandmother. Now, her grandmother was absolutely my favorite character in the book, to be honest with you. With the main character, Tabitha, for me, she was like that girl that I would, in the beginning of the book, she was like that girl that you work with. You pass by in the hallway and you speak. And then eventually, as the story progressed, I was like, okay, you know, I'd have lunch with her. Got a little further to, oh, okay, yeah, I would go to her birthday party. But I never felt like she was the kind of character that I would say, you know, would take a 4-day vacation with. I don't know. There was just something about the main character. I wanted to really love her and embrace her, but she was just okay for me. She didn't really tug on my heartstrings like I wanted her to, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just my mood, because y'all know I'm a mood reader, right? But overall, the story was good. But I loved the grandmother. I loved her grandmother, and I think there's a sequel, and so I'm looking forward to the sequel. I definitely would read it. False Witness by Karen Slaughter. Oh, y'all, I listened to this book on audio, and okay, so this book contains very graphic scenes. This book has sexual assault, rape, drug use, a lot of drug use, domestic violence. Okay, those are the triggers. If if you know those things will traumatize you, this is not the book for you. If you can handle that in a story, it's a really, really good book. Her details, though, in the beginning of the book, and I think it's chapter 20, if I'm not mistaken, I was like, oh, especially chapter 20, there was just the detail in which she wrote and the way the author read it. I was like, I don't know if I can even handle this, but I pushed through and it was so good. And I'm glad that I did. Her descriptive writing is amazing. Her storytelling is a gift. So if you have not read anything by Karen Slaughter, check her out, please. She's just a really good writer. She writes suspense and mystery. The next book was this one, Barracoon, The Story of the Last Cargo by Zora Neale Hurston. This is a book club book for me, and my book club meeting is Sunday. But the problem for me is that I read this one a little bit too early. I should have waited until closer time to book club, because really, I need to go back and refresh my memory. And I took a few notes, but maybe not as many as I should have. So this weekend I'll be doing a skim through before the meeting on Sunday afternoon. But yeah, this one was good. And then Black Book by Mateo Ascarapor. I tried to read the book a while back and I wasn't successful in reading it. I put it away again with the whole mood thing, right? So this time I said I'm going to try it again, but I'm going to listen to the audiobook. And it really made a difference for me. I pushed through the book. It wasn't really, initially, I didn't think it was going to be my cup of tea. But once I started listening and getting into the book, I said, oh, okay, I see where he's going with this story. And it's very well written. He is a good writer. I enjoyed the book, and in the end, I gave it 4 stars. But it's so metaphorical to, oh, I can't even. To me, Black Buck isn't just about a young Black man who works at Starbucks and then goes to work for a corporation with all white people. He's the only Black person there. And he, struggles in that environment in sales, but eventually becomes successful. To me, that's not what the story is about. To me, the story is a metaphor of Black people assimilating and acclimating and integrating into white society and the struggles we have with it. And sometimes we have wins and sometimes we have losses. In the end, we're always Black. Woo! That's my thought on the book, and I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, I got this book from Penguin Random House. It is called Fierce Love by Reverend Dr. Jackie Lewis. They sent this book to me. Harmony Books is the imprint, and it says that, let's see, we are in the middle of a kindness crisis. Our news feeds are inundated with scenes of intense tribalism, anger, and disregard for humanity. Amid such turbulent times, Reverend Dr. Jackie Lewis provides a transformative guide for practicing self-acceptance and spiritual love in a society on the brink. Fierce Love is a bold path to ferocious courage and rule-breaking kindness that can heal the world. Based on the tenets of Ubuntu, the Zulu philosophy that we are all inextricably connected, this uplifting read is a compassionate manifesto for all generations. So again, the book is Fierce Love by Reverend Dr. Jackie Lewis. So this will be on my ever-growing TBR, okay? The next book is a replacement of a book I loaned out years ago like a dummy and never got back. This is Corregidora by Gail Jones. And I read this book so many years ago, and I just remember a tremendous feeling of sadness when I finished this book. So I'm not going to read summaries on all the books I'm going to show you, but just look this one up. Okay, again, Corregidora, Gail Jones. This book was written by a young woman that I went to high school with. I used to jokingly call her my daughter. She was a sophomore when I was a senior, and we had chorus together, so we sang alto together over here on this side. She's a beautiful young woman. Her name is Paula Coleman, and this is a fictional book based on a true life story. The book is called Untangled Roots. And here's a picture of Paula. She's so pretty, look. And Untangled Roots is about a young woman who is adopted, and she doesn't know she's adopted. And she also finds out that her mother was a young Caucasian girl, and she goes on a quest to untangle her roots and find out who she really is. Now, I do want to give a disclaimer. I believe that she self-published this book because there are some editing issues that I see in the book. And so far, I haven't read the whole thing. So far, and there may be a few continuity issues, but that's okay. First-time author, she published a book. I'm very proud of her. So I just wanted to let you all know that, because I know you all are avid readers. And if you got the book, that would be something that you would say, hey, wait a minute, see some editing issues here. That's okay though. You know, I'm going to read the book. I haven't even told Paula that I bought the book. I don't think she watches my videos. And if any of you watch my videos and you know Paula, don't you tell her I got this book, because I want it to be a surprise. I think she's going to come here and do a book signing. And I want to just go and get the book signed and tell her that I read it. So, okay. Wanted to make sure to show her book here. Now on to nonfiction November. Oh, I had a couple of other things. I'll do nonfiction November first. Okay, so for my birthday back in September, I got a gift card to Barnes & Noble, and I knew exactly what I wanted to get. And I got the last copy they had in the store that week. I'm sure they've restocked, but that day I had to wait for somebody to go in the back and check to make sure they had this book, because I was not leaving without it. It is Feeding the Soul by Tabitha Brown. And don't we all just love Tabitha? She's just such a beautiful, warm, loving, and godly being on this planet. I just really love her. You know, and I know she would say, oh no, it's not me, it's the God in her, and all of us can see it. There's just something so special about her. Many blessings to Tabitha, and I just pray she'll be successful in all of her endeavors. Now, I've been reading this book, and when I started this book, as soon as I started it, I was like, oh my goodness, I recognize exactly what he's talking about in this book. And I told my pastor, I said, Pastor, you've got to read this book. And then other people in my church start saying, I'm going to get it. I want to read it. You know, I'm getting that book. So I'm hoping maybe my church can have a book club meeting maybe in January or even February for Black History Month and discuss this book. And the reason why I felt like my pastor would like it is because the author of this book, right in the very beginning, he is talking about certain issues with the Black church that and society and different things, anyway, that my pastor had been talking about. So I connected the two. I said, Pastor was just talking about this. Anyway, the book is Shouting in the Fire, an American Epistle by Dante Stewart. And Dante talks about Clemson University in this book and living in that atmosphere where you're Black, but almost everybody surrounding you is white conservative. I understand exactly what he means. Like I said, Clemson's not far from me. Clemson's down the street. And so I know exactly what he means. I know the people he's talking about. I know the atmosphere. And some of you may recognize the same thing in the areas where you live. But specifically, him talking about Clemson and the games and what it's like around, I know it. So, but this book is very, very good. He gets very deep, very personal about his feelings about the church and about the white church, the Black church, the differences, and the reactions to civil unrest and all of that. So this is a good book. Check it out if you get a chance. Okay, y'all know okay, again, mood reader, right? Y'all know I don't like reading tomes. But I'm interested in this particular person, this historical person, Frederick Douglass. So I went traipsing down to the library because of a suggestion from two of my good friends from Instagram. And when I get to the library, I get the book and I said, this book is 888 pages. And author D.L. White chimes in. She's like, American pages? American pages. The book is Frederick Douglass, Prophet of Freedom by David W. Blight. I've had this book now for about, 2 weeks maybe from the library. almost 3 weeks, and I'm only on chapter 1. Child, listen. But I told them I'd probably do a skim through. But good friend Patrice Jones said that she read the whole book and she didn't do a skim through. Y'all know how much I admire Patrice Jones. Bless your heart, Patrice. I don't think I am going to be able to do that. I would probably have to buy the book in order to read the whole thing. But yeah, so anyway, I've got this one for this month. I also started listening to another tome on audio, The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois by Honore Fanon Jeffers. Listening to it, wow, the emotion from the narrators. I just listened to a part with one of the characters and her mama. Child, put me in a mood right there. It was a real raw, honest conversation, and it just, mm, 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 mm. Anyway, I can't wait to finish the book. It is so good so far. Yeah, if you haven't purchased this book, please check it out. Let's see. I was perusing the shelves at the store and ended up buying some books. Sister Sister by Eric Jerome Dickey. Wounded by Percival Everett. And I was in Brown Girl Readings Live today, and she said, "What made you pick that particular book, Wounded, by him?" And honestly, it was just his name. I had no idea what the book was about. I said, "Oh, a Percival Everett book. I've never read him." So I picked it up. And then she read the description to me on her live, and it was interesting. I'm going to share it with you real quick. Training horses is dangerous. A head-to-head confrontation with 1,000 pounds of muscle and little sense takes courage, but more importantly, patience and smarts. It is these same qualities that allow John and his uncle Gus to live in the beautiful high desert of Wyoming. A black horse trainer is a curiosity at the very least, but a familiar curiosity in these parts. It is the brutal murder of a young gay man, however, that pushes the small community to the teetering edge of intolerance. As the first blizzard of the season gains momentum, John is forced to reckon not only with the daily burden of unruly horses, a three-legged coyote pup, an escape artist mule, and too many people, but also with a father-son war over homosexuality, random hate crimes, and perhaps most frightening of all, a chance for love. So, and she said, "Yeah, that's what it's about." Now I'm really interested. I just bought it because I said I didn't have a Percival Everett book in the house, and now I do. So, yeah, again, my ever-growing TBR. And of course, y'all know this is the Elin Harris Stan account. This book is by Elin Harris and R.M. Johnson, No One in the World. And I don't think I have all of Elin's books. I try to be careful about buying his books, though, because I don't want to repeat buy. What I really need to do is make a list of all his books that I own, keep it in my phone, so if I'm at the bookstore, I can check the list and buy what I don't already have. Although I'm running out of room on my shelves. I just took one big bag of books to Goodwill the other week, and I packed up another bag of books to give away to someone, and I still don't have any room on my shelves for all my books. Whew. Next room is going to be my son's room. Yeah, because I call it my guest room. There's a little bit of space in there, just a little. One last thing I want to show you. You all are very familiar. I'm sure most of you who watch me also are subscribed to my good sister friend Diane Whitmore's YouTube page. She's gone through a lot of name changes over the years. Art Books Life, Afro Lit, Denise B. Reading, and now Denise D. Cooper, and now she is Whitmore Reads. Although she's not really uploading book reviews on YouTube anymore, at least not for the time being. Who knows, maybe one day she'll come back and do that. She does it periodically, but Booktube really isn't as much her thing anymore as Instagram is now. But anyway, bottom line is if you check out Whitmore Art Studio or Whitmore Reads on Instagram, you will see her artwork. And this is one of her pieces. This she painted years ago, and the actual painting has already been sold. But I went to Fine Art America, and I was able to purchase this tote bag with her artwork on it. So if you have followed Denise D. Cooper in the past, again, she is now Whitmore Reads, you can purchase a tote bag. She has greeting cards, phone cases, just various other things. The link to where you can find her stuff on Fine Art America is on her Whitmore Reads page on Instagram. Okay, so Fine Art America, look for Denise D. Cooper, and you'll be able to find her beautiful artwork. Whew, that was a long video today, trying to do all that catch up, right? So I think that's everything I wanted to share with you. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, I forgot that quick. Okay, so Black Readers Con was a conference I attended in October. It was facilitated and hosted by Mocha Girl Reads, Black Men Read, Kelly Lycurgus of Diverse Reads, and Dr. Raymond Williams. It was fantastic. I enjoyed every bit of it. Some of the authors that participated were Kiese Lemon, Beverly Jenkins, why am I drawing a blank? Kwame Alexander, Alexandra House. Those were just some of the authors, but there were also reader panels. There was one with Brown Girl Reading and Christina Marie, Bree, Comfy Cozy Up. I mean, it was just really a great event. And if you missed it, sorry, but it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. Let's see what else. Oh, and hashtag Journal Mood is going on right now. So if you're not following Comfy Cozy Up here on YouTube, on Instagram, please follow her. Follow her Instagram so that you can get the list of words to journal every day in the month of November. So make sure you participate in journaling with us. You don't have to upload your stories to show us journaling, but she prefers that you do that so she knows who's participating. So I wanted to share that too. Follow her on YouTube, follow her on Instagram, Comfy Cozy Up. And I think that's it. I think that's it, everybody. I hope that you all have a blessed and wonderful day. Let me know down in the comments what you are reading for Nonfiction November, and if you're participating in hashtag Journal Mood. So until next time, everybody, keep reading. Bye-bye.